making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May, and hello, everyone. I'm Jay. How are you today, May?
Honestly, I'm feeling fantastic today, like really good energy. How about you, Jay?
I'm feeling okay, actually. I don't know how to say exactly how I feel in English. Like, okay is all I have.
Oh, Jay, that's exactly what we're talking about today. Feelings and emotions in English.
Yes, because sometimes I feel something really strong inside, but I can't find the English words. It's so frustrating.
You know, that feeling you just described, that frustration of having something in your heart but no words for it, that's actually very common, even for native speakers sometimes.
Really? That makes me feel better already.
And by the end of today's episode, you're going to have so many new ways to describe exactly how you feel, not just good or bad, real, natural English emotion words.
I'm already excited. Let's go!
But wait, real quick before we dive in, if this podcast is helping your English, please subscribe, hit that like button, turn on notifications, and share this with a friend who's learning English too. We make a new episode every single day just for you. Okay, now let's talk feelings.
Yes. So, May, why is it important to talk about feelings in English?
Great question. You know, feelings are everywhere, at work, at school, with friends, with family. If you can't describe how you feel, people don't really understand you, and that's lonely.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Sometimes I just say I'm fine even when I'm not fine because I don't know what else to say.
Exactly. I'm fine is like a locked door. It closes the conversation. But when you say, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed today, that opens a door. People want to help.
Overwhelmed? You mean like too much happening at once?
Yes, perfect. Overwhelmed means you have so much going on that you feel like you can't handle it. Like your brain is a phone with 100 apps open at the same time.
Oh, I feel that every Monday.
Right? Mondays are very overwhelming. Okay, so let's start simple. The basic emotion words: happy, sad, angry, scared, surprised, disgusted.
Oh, those I know. But is that enough?
No, those are just the basic 6. Think of them like primary colors: red, blue, yellow. But when you mix them, you get so many more colors. Emotions work the same way.
Oh, so happy is like yellow, and there are many shades of yellow?
Exactly. You're a genius, Jay. So instead of just happy, you can say excited, thrilled, overjoyed, relieved, content, grateful, cheerful, proud.
Wait, what's the difference between happy and content?
Ooh, great catch. Happy is like fireworks, big energy, but content is like a warm cup of tea on a rainy day, quiet, peaceful, satisfied.
Oh, I love that. I think I feel content a lot, not just happy. I never had a word for that before.
That's the magic of learning emotion words. You start to understand yourself better too.
Wow. Okay, what about the sad side? Because I know more than just sad.
Yes, so instead of just sad, you can say heartbroken, disappointed, lonely, homesick, gloomy, down, blue, or devastated.
Devastated? You mean like really, really sad?
Yes, devastated is like your heart fell on the floor and broke into 100 pieces. It's very strong.
Wow, that's a powerful word.
And here's the interesting part. Blue and down are more gentle. Like, I'm feeling a little blue today. It means you're a bit sad, but nothing too serious.
Oh, like a soft sad.
Soft sad. I love that. Yes, exactly. A soft sad.
Okay, now I want to ask about angry, because I feel angry sometimes, but I also don't know the levels.
Oh, this is where things get really interesting. There are so many levels of angry. There's annoyed. That's the smallest one, like when someone talks too loud on the phone next to you.
Yes, that's very annoying.
Then there's frustrated, when something isn't working and you're losing patience. Then irritated. Then angry. Then furious. And then the biggest one, livid.
Livid? I've never heard that word.
Livid means so angry that you can barely speak. You know that moment when you're so angry, your face turns red and you just go quiet?
Oh, yes. My mom does that sometimes. Now I have a word for it. She's livid.
Don't tell her that to her face, though.
No. I'll keep that word for my diary.
Smart move. Okay, now let's talk about the nervous and scared family, because people mix these up a lot.
Yeah, I always say I'm scared for everything, even before a job interview.
Right, but that's actually nervousness, not fear. Scared is more like a spider jumps out and your heart stops. That's scared.
Oh, so scared is sudden.
Usually, yes, but nervous is more like you know something big is coming and you feel butterflies in your stomach before it happens.
Butterflies in your stomach? You mean like a weird feeling inside?
Yes, that's actually an idiom. Butterflies in my stomach means you feel nervous and excited at the same time. Your stomach feels fluttery.
Oh, that's so cute. I had that feeling before my English test last week.
That's classic butterflies. And there's also anxious, which is like nervous, but it lasts longer. You feel worried even when nothing bad has happened yet.
You mean like you worry about things that might happen?
Exactly. Anxious is like your brain is playing a movie of all the bad things that could happen, even when everything is fine.
Oh no, I think I'm anxious a lot.
A lot of people are, and having the word for it helps. You can say, I'm feeling a bit anxious today, and people understand immediately.
Yeah, that feels more honest than saying I'm fine.
Okay, Jay, I want to tell you a story. This actually happened to me when I was about your level in English.
Oh yes? Tell me.
So, I was at work, a new job, my first week, and my manager asked me, in a meeting, right in front of everyone, how do you feel about this project?
Oh no, in front of everyone?
In front of everyone, and my brain just went blank. I wanted to say, I feel nervous, but also excited, and I'm worried I might make mistakes, but I really want to try.
That's a lot of feelings at one time.
Right? But in that moment, all I could say was, I feel okay.
No, May.
And my manager just looked at me and said, just okay? And I wanted to disappear under the table.
That's so painful. I feel that.
But here's what changed. That night, I went home and I wrote down everything I actually felt, and I found the words nervous, excited, uncertain, hopeful.
Uncertain. You mean like not sure?
Yes, uncertain means you're not sure about what's going to happen. It's not bad, it just means you're in a new situation.
I like that word. It's more honest than saying scared.
Exactly. And hopeful means you believe something good might happen, even when you're not sure.
So you were uncertain and hopeful at the same time?
Yes, and that's the thing about emotions. You can feel more than one at a time. That's totally normal and totally human.
Wow, you won't believe how much I needed to hear that. I always think I should feel one thing.
No, no, no. Humans are complicated. You can feel relieved and sad at the same time, like when a hard exam is finally over. Relief, but also worry about the results.
Oh, yes, that's exactly how I feel after every exam. I never knew there was a word for that combination.
Now you do. Okay, let's do something fun. I want you to imagine a scenario.
Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine you've been waiting for a job offer for 2 weeks, and finally your phone rings. It's the company. What do you feel right before you answer?
Nervous? Excited? A little bit scared?
Yes, that combination actually has a name. It's called anticipation. Anticipation is when you're waiting for something, and your feelings are a mix of excitement and nervousness.
Anticipation. Oh, I like that word. It sounds like a big, important word, but the feeling is very everyday.
Exactly. And here's another good one, relief. After you answer the phone and they say, "You got the job," what do you feel?
Relief, yes, like a big, heavy bag falls off your shoulders.
That's a perfect description. Relief is when something you were worried about is finally okay, like putting down a heavy weight.
Oh, May, I feel relieved just imagining that.
Me too. Okay, let's talk about some really useful everyday phrases, because knowing the words is one thing, but putting them in a sentence is another.
Yes, that's the hard part.
So instead of "I'm happy," you can say, "I'm in a great mood today. I'm on cloud 9. I'm over the moon."
Wait, on cloud 9, over the moon? You mean like very, very happy?
Yes, both of those are idioms for extreme happiness. "I'm on cloud 9" means you feel so happy it's like you're floating. "Over the moon" means you're absolutely thrilled.
Those are beautiful. Can I use them in daily life?
Absolutely. Imagine your friend asks, "How was your birthday?" And you say, "I was over the moon. It was the best day." That sounds so natural.
Okay, I'm writing these down. What about when you feel sad? Any phrases?
Yes. Instead of just "I'm sad," you can say, "I'm not feeling myself today. I'm a bit down. I'm going through a tough time."
Not feeling myself. You mean like you feel different from normal?
Exactly. It's a gentle, soft way to say you're not okay without going into detail. Very useful when you don't want to explain everything.
Oh, that's so practical. I'll use that.
And for angry, instead of "I'm angry," try "I'm a little frustrated right now," or "That really got on my nerves," or "I'm at my limit today."
Got on my nerves. That's the annoying phone call guy, right?
Yes, exactly. That loud phone call really got on my nerves.
Perfect. I can use that right now in real life.
And here's one more very useful phrase. "I have mixed feelings about it."
Mixed feelings, like the combination of emotions?
Yes, it means you feel both good and bad about something at the same time. Like if a friend moves to another country, you're happy for them, but also sad to lose them nearby.
Oh, that's a beautiful and sad feeling at the same time.
And now you have a phrase for it. "I have mixed feelings about it." Very natural, very honest.
May, this episode is giving me so much. I feel like my emotional vocabulary just doubled.
That's the goal. You know, the more words you have for your feelings, the better you can communicate, connect with people, and feel understood.
It's like having more colors to paint with. Before, I only had black and white.
Oh, Jay, that's beautiful. Yes, exactly that. More words, more colors.
Okay, can we do a quick review? Just the key words?
Of course. Happy family, excited, thrilled, content, grateful, relieved, overjoyed, sad family, heartbroken, disappointed, lonely, gloomy, devastated, angry family, annoyed, frustrated, irritated, furious, livid, nervous and scared family, anxious, nervous, uncertain, fearful.
And the idioms, on cloud nine, over the moon, butterflies in my stomach, got on my nerves, mixed feelings, not feeling myself.
You remembered all of them. I'm so proud of you, Jay.
I feel, what's the word? Grateful and proud of myself a little bit?
Yes, both of those. Gratitude and pride, two very important emotions.
This is so good. I think the listeners are going to love this episode.
I hope so. And listeners, here's your little homework today. Think about how you feel right now, in this moment, and try to use one of today's words to describe it. Not fine, not okay. A real word.
Yes. Are you content? Are you relieved? Are you a little anxious? Tell us.
Leave your answer in the comments below. We read every single one. Tell us, how are you feeling today? And use one of today's emotion words.
And if you want more episodes like this, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this with someone who needs more English in their life.
We are here every single day. Every day, a new episode, a new topic, a new step forward in your English journey. We're so happy you're here with us.
And remember, don't just say, I'm fine. You're better than fine. You're learning English every day.
I love that. Okay, everyone, until tomorrow, keep speaking, keep feeling, and keep growing. Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.